So they joined with the other people who lived on the earth, who naturally died. So this was a miracle that happened, but they were not in a glorified body, they were not in a transfigured body. So we cannot take it as an equivalent to the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And what about those who got resurrected at the time of Christ's death? They were in mortal bodies or in glorified bodies? Those who were resurrected at the time of Jesus' resurrection. Now if you read closely that verse in Matthew 27 chapter, where is that verse? Matthew 27, 52 or so. So there if you read, Matthew 27, 52.
And the graves were opened and many bodies of the saints.
Listen. Now the children are running about. If we can stop them, it is possible. But if we cannot stop them, that is okay. Let them run about. We just ignore them. That's okay. So 27, 52.
And the graves were opened and many bodies of the saints.
Yeah, graves were opened and
many bodies of the saints,
yeah,
which slept around and came out of the graves
they came out of the grave
after the resurrection.
After the resurrection of?
After his resurrection.
After his resurrection.
And went into the holy city.
Went into the holy city.
And appeared to many.
Appeared to many. Went into the holy city and appeared to many. What does that verse infer? Is it in their mortal bodies? If they can appear and go into the city and they are appearing to different people? No. What about Lazarus and the widow's son? Did they appear to many people like that? No. They lived in their ordinary life for a few certain years. They were mortal bodies. But these saints which God resurrected at the time of Jesus' death, they were in a different body. We cannot say that they are mortal bodies because the tombs were open and they appeared to different people. There means they were having a glorified body. Their body was somewhat different. Bible scholars, they say this case is taken as a different one because they were appearing to people. They can go to some people, then they were going to other people, just like, say, Jesus Christ moved with his glorified body. These saints were also moving like that. But what is the difference here? Did they get out of the tomb before Jesus Christ? There are verses specially mentioned. They remained in the tomb, but they got out of the tomb only after the resurrection of Jesus. So even though these people came out with glorified bodies, they came out of the tomb only after Jesus Christ got resurrected. So their resurrection does not contradict that Jesus was the first fruit of resurrection, because over the other instances, they were raised from the dead in their mortal bodies, they lived and again died. And these people, they got out of the tomb only after the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and we can believe that they did not again live on this earth, but they also were caught up with the saints that were taken up to the paradise along with Jesus, which I will mention shortly. Okay? So that case should be taken in a different way than the other 6 instances. I hope you are following. See, all the others, they were raised from the dead in their mortal bodies, they lived and died. So that is not against the verse that Jesus Christ is the first fruit of resurrection, because here resurrection means we are being raised in a different, transfigured, glorified body, not to live again in the mortal body on the earth, but to live in a glorious life in a different situation. And those saints which were risen at the time of Christ's death, they remained in the tomb for some more time till Christ got resurrected, and then they were taken up to heaven now at the time of Jesus' resurrection. I know you may have a doubt at that point. I will explain that later. Okay. Now, before I proceed, I should mention something more about the spirits of the dead people. Where are the spirits of the dead people? That is another doubt which people usually raise. Now, where do the dead people go? Where are their spirits?
They are resting in peace.
They are resting in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. In the tombs we write R.I.P. Rest in peace. So where are they resting in peace? Paradise. paradise? Hades? Yes. Now, in the Bible, now the spirits of the dead people, all the spirits of the dead people in the Old Testament time, now they were going to a place called Hades. In Greek we call it as Hades. In the Hebrew we call it as Sheol. And in our English Bible, the word given is usually grave. And Malayalam Bible we read it as Padalam. നീ എന്റെ പ്രാണനെ പാതാളത്തിൽ വിടുകയില്ല. പാതാളത്തിൽ ആർ നിന്നെ സ്തുതിക്കും. So that is the word that is used there. So what is this place? Now, when we look closely at the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Now where was Lazarus taken to? Where was Lazarus taken to? Lazarus was taken to a place called Abraham's bosom. Abraham in the Madi. So all these saints which died, all those people, now their spirits were taken to a particular place, we can call it as paradise, and that place, the name given to that place by the Jewish people called that place as Abraham's bosom, Abraham in the mind. And that we call as, in the Bible we call it as Padalam or grave or Hades, that is somewhere in the lower world, because it is not in the heaven. All the dead people are not going to heaven. Their spirits are resting in some place God has prepared. Now, what about the wicked people? Those who are not serving God over the others. So, just like in that parable, the Lazarus and the rich man. Where did the rich man's spirit go? Now, there in that story we read, that spirit went into the place of torture. Yadanasthalam. Now that we call as the lower Hades or the lower paradise, and the spirits of the righteous people, they were going to the upper paradise, we can say, which is otherwise called Abraham's bosom. So these souls, they were resting in one of these two places. And David, when he was singing in the 16th Psalm, he said, you will not send your righteous one into Hades. Now he was actually speaking about Jesus Christ. So you will not send him to that place. So all the Old Testament saints, when they died, their souls, God has prepared a particular place for their souls to rest. And that place we may call it by any name. Some people call it as paradise. Some people call it as, say, Sheol or Hades, or whatever a special place God has prepared. But it is not a place in heaven. It is not heaven, actually. Now what about those who died without God? All those people who say did not believe in God, or those who did not live a righteous life. So God has prepared another place for them. That place we call as the place of torturing or the place of lamenting. And the Lazarus, his spirit was going to that place, whereas the spirit of the rich man went to that place, and Lazarus was in the place, the upper paradise, which we call as Abraham's bosom. And you should understand that these two places are not in heaven. These are two places somewhere in the lower world. Now what happened at the time of Jesus' resurrection? At the time of Jesus' resurrection, what happened? Now, as soon as Jesus, God raised from the dead, the first thing Jesus did was, he went into the lower Hades. He went into the place called, Sheol. And what did he do? He proclaimed the victory of his mission. The mission that he has taken up. God has given him a mission, and he has completed it successfully, and he proclaimed it there. He opened the gates of that paradise, and he led all the captives. He led the captivity free from that place, and Jesus was leading all these souls to the heavenly paradise. So, all those who were in the Abraham's bosom, Abraham's Madi ennu parayunnathaaya aa paradisayil vishramichirunnathaya vishuddhanmar pazhaya niyama vishuddhanmarade muzhuvanum Karthavu avade ninnu viduvichu avare kondupovan swargiya paradisayilekku avare kondupovukayanu. What about those resting in the still lower paradise there. അധമ പാതാളം എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്ന അവിടെ വിശ്രമിച്ചിരുന്നതായ ദുഷ്ടന്മാരായിരിക്കുന്ന ആളുകളുണ്ട്. What about them? They are still there and they will be resurrected only in the second resurrection, and they will be caught up to stand before the great white throne of God. ദൈവത്തിന്റെ വലിയ വെള്ള സിംഹാസനത്തിന്റെ മുൻപിൽ നിൽക്കുവാൻ വേണ്ടി അവരെ പിന്നീട് ഉയർത്തെഴുന്നേറ്റ് വരുമെന്ന് നമ്മൾ വായിക്കും. അങ്ങനെയെങ്കിൽ ഈ അബ്രഹാമിന്റെ മടി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആ പഴയ നിയമസ്ഥന്മാരൊക്കെ വിശ്രമിച്ചിരുന്നതായ ആ സ്ഥലം എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആ പഴയ സ്ഥലം ഇപ്പോൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്തിരിക്കാം? അത് വേക്കന്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഈ പഴയ നിയമസ്ഥന്മാരെ എല്ലാം കൂടി കർത്താവ് സ്വർഗീയ പർദീസയിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോയി. ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ കർത്താവ് മരിച്ചപ്പോൾ കുറെ വിശുദ്ധന്മാർ ഉയർത്തെഴുന്നേറ്റു എന്ന് പറയുന്നവർ കർത്താവിന്റെ പുനരുത്ഥാനം വരെ അവർ കല്ലറകളിൽ ഇരിക്കുകയും ഈ കർത്താവും വിശുദ്ധന്മാരുമായി സ്വർഗീയ പർദീസയിലേക്ക് പോകുന്നതായ സമയത്ത് കർത്താവിനോടൊപ്പം ഈ വിശുദ്ധന്മാരും അവിടേക്ക് പോയി എന്നാണ് വേദപണ്ഡിതന്മാർ ഭൂരിപക്ഷം ആളുകളും അഭിപ്രായപ്പെടുന്നത്. ബിക്കോസ് they were in a glorified body, so they were also taken to that heavenly paradise. കർത്താവ് ക്രൂശിൽ കിടന്നപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് കള്ളന്മാരിൽ ഒരു കള്ളൻ കർത്താവിനെ യേശുക്രിസ്തുവിൽ വിശ്വസിച്ചു. ആ കള്ളനോട് കർത്താവ് പറഞ്ഞു, നീ ഇന്ന് എന്നോടുകൂടെ പർദീസയിലിരിക്കും. സോ നീ ഇന്ന് എന്നോടുകൂടെ പർദീസയിലിരിക്കും. അവന്റെ പ്രാർത്ഥന എന്തായിരുന്നു? നീ രാജ്യത്വം പ്രാപിച്ചു വരുമ്പോൾ എന്നെയും കൂടെ ഓർത്തുകൊള്ളണമേ. He was praying to a blessing which can happen somewhere in the future. When you come as king, don't forget me. കർത്താവ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു, today you will be with me in paradise. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് തന്നെ കർത്താവ് മരിച്ചതായ ആ ദിവസം തന്നെ ആ കള്ളന്റെ ആത്മാവ് പർദീസയിലേക്ക് പോയി. Which was that paradise? That upper paradise means the paradise where all the Old Testament saints were resting. So that Friday and Saturday, these 2 days, the spirit of that thief was also resting in that paradise there. And Sunday morning what happened? So probably he was the person who stayed in that paradise for the shortest time. നീ എന്നോട് പർദീസയിൽ ഇരിക്കുമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ആ മരിച്ചു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് 2 ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഞായറാഴ്ച ദിവസമായപ്പോൾ കർത്താവ് ഉയർത്തെഴുന്നേറ്റു. ഈ വിശുദ്ധൻ പഴയ നിയമ പർദീസയിലുള്ളതായ വിശുദ്ധന്മാരെ മുഴുവനും കർത്താവ് മറ്റൊരു പർദീസയിലേക്ക്, സ്വർഗീയ പർദീസയിലേക്ക് അവരെ കൊണ്ടുപോവുകയായി. അങ്ങനെ കർത്താവ് കൊണ്ടുപോയ കൂട്ടത്തിൽ ഈ ക്രൂശിൽ കിടന്നതായ ആ കള്ളന്റെ ആത്മാവും കർത്താവിനോടൊപ്പം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്ന് നമുക്ക് വിശ്വസിപ്പാൻ കഴിയും. And it was on that journey that Christ was going to the heavenly paradise that Mary Magdalene met Jesus. അപ്പൊ കർത്താവ് എന്താ പറഞ്ഞത്? കർത്താവ് മഗ്ദലക്കാരത്തി മറിയ കർത്താവിനെ ആലിംഗനം ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി വന്നപ്പോൾ കർത്താവ് പറഞ്ഞു, don't touch me, I have not yet gone to my father. ഞാൻ എന്റെ പിതാവിന്റെ അടുക്കൽ കരയേറി പോയിട്ടില്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. എന്നെ തുടരുതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് it was during his journey to that upper paradise with all the spirits of all the Old Testament saints. And 1 or 2 days later, Jesus, when he appeared to the disciples, he told them, you can touch me, you can touch me. No, even to Thomas he said, you touch me and feel my wounds. But when Mary Magdalene was going to touch Jesus, he did not allow, because Jesus was surrounding Jesus. There were all these saints, Old Testament saints, their spirits, they were being taken up to the heavenly paradise. So at present, all those who are dying in Christ, they will be going to this heavenly paradise, and those who are dying without Christ, they are still going to the lower inferno or something like that. They are going to the lower paradise like that. Okay? Okay. That Abraham's bosom is now identical with the heavenly paradise. So we can call it as Abraham's bosom. Jewish people still call it that place as the Abraham's bosom, because they glory in their father Abraham. Okay, so that place where all the Old Testament saints, their spirits were resting there, God has taken them to the heavenly paradise. Now what about these spirits there? What are they doing there? Can they wander?
No, they are glorifying.
Some people say that they are wandering, these spirits, knocking at the door in the night. Can these spirits wander, come out from that place? No. In Revelation chapter 13,